Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to a little series I'm going to be calling Shop Notes. And these are going to be more conversational videos where I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the things that I'm working on the bench and why. And in this video, I wanted to talk a bit about paint. And the thing that got me thinking about this recently is that I've been doing a lot of painting, if you didn't know, a lot of airbrushing and just generally painting models. And I got to thinking about how when I first got started in the hobby a few years ago, or got back into the hobby a few years ago, I didn't really know what paints to use for which application, or why some artists would choose a certain brand of paint for a particular project over another brand. So I wanted to just make this video to explain what kind of paints I use and the application that I use them in. So if you're just getting started out in the hobby, or you're thinking about painting a locomotive or doing some weathering, maybe this will give you some insight and kind of help you understand where to start and some of the practices that I did. And again, I'm no expert on any of this stuff. This is just some of the things that I do and the type of paints that I use. So I'm not going to cover this in any particular order necessarily, but they'll probably go from the easiest paints to use to some more advanced paints. And I'll just sort of explain how I use them, and we'll just sort of go from there. All right, so to start things off, I'm going to start with Vallejo paint. And Vallejo makes two different types of paints that I use here. They've got Model Color and Model Air. And Model Air paints are for airbrushing, and they don't require you to thin them at all. They're already pre-thinned. Whereas the regular Model Color acrylics are brush paintable. And I'll explain to you in a minute why I don't necessarily like to brush paint with either of these, although you're supposed to be able to brush paint with both. The Model Air paint is really good, obviously, like I said, for airbrushing. It's great for painting your models. I painted 1 million of these little windows recently for some of my Walters kits. So the Model Air is great for just general purpose model painting and weathering. You can also brush paint with it, but it doesn't do really the greatest job. It goes on a little bit too thin because it is pre-thinned to work in an airbrush. So I don't necessarily recommend brush painting with it unless you absolutely really want to try to do it. What it is really good for is, aside from airbrushing, is what's called wet on wet. And this is a technique where you will wet your model with water and then just add a few dabs of the paint to the water and just sort of let it swirl around. And you get these really nice patterns and weathering, natural weathering swirls and stuff like that. So you just sort of allow it to do its thing. Model Air is really great for that. As I mentioned, the Model Color is supposed to be good for brush painting. I do not like it for brush painting, and I could show you exactly why. On this model here, number 21, I airbrushed the entire locomotive and the stanchions on the handrails here, but the handrails were brush painted with this Vallejo white acrylic here, and you could see how clumpy and thick it goes on. So not really the best for brush painting. On number 25 here, I used rail center paint to paint both the stanchions and the rails, but I'll get into that in a moment. But you can see how much smoother that is compared to 21 where I brush painted it. So Model Color, I don't really recommend using this stuff for really anything. I have a couple bottles of it just in case I want to do the odd brush paint here and there, but for the most part, I really don't use this stuff. The Model Air is much better for airbrushing and your wet on wet painting. So next up, I have this rail center paint. Let me grab another one here. So this rail center paint is relatively new. It is by Ammo by MIG. And this stuff is really, really awesome for airbrushing. So as mentioned, I airbrushed both 21 and 25. I've airbrushed all of my locomotive models with the rail center medium blue. Now this stuff works really great in an airbrush. You do have to thin it with the acrylic thinner. I usually do 2 drops of paint to 1 drop of thinner, and that gives me a pretty good flow. But what I really like about this paint is when you're airbrushing with it, it is very opaque. It goes on very evenly. The color saturation is fantastic, and it's very durable. Just swinging back to the Vallejo Model Air, I found that this stuff gives you really good coverage, but it's not quite as durable. The rail center stuff is very durable. It's got great coverage, and it just goes on beautifully. And the best part, the bonus part of all this is you can also brush paint with it, and it brush paints really, really well. Like, I was shocked how good that this stuff can brush paint. As I mentioned, the handrails and the stanchions on number 25 here, I airbrushed all white, and then I brush painted the blue on there. I don't have a piece of paper to slip in there, but you can see how much smoother it is than the hand-painted handrails on here. I'm actually going to redo the handrails on 21 here. But that's what I really like about this rail center stuff, is that you can airbrush with it if you thin it out, and you can also brush paint with it. And it just goes on very, very silky. It's gorgeous paint to use. It's quickly becoming some of my favorite paint to use, to be perfectly honest. So next, but certainly not least, is quickly becoming another favorite of mine, and that is the Tamiya XF colors here. And I've been using these to do some weathering recently, and it's really my first time using any of these, and I really, really, really like them. If you're familiar with Boomer Diorama on YouTube, he always is talking about these paints and how you can just thin them down with rubbing alcohol or isopropyl alcohol like you can't even imagine. And he is not exaggerating at all. This stuff, I'm telling you, you really can thin it down to like 1 drop of paint to like an ounce of IPA, and it just flows so good. So for these, I've been doing some weathering. You can see some of the weathering down here on these orange garbage containers here. I also did some other freight cars recently, some Tropicana freight cars. I'll put a picture up on the screen of those. But both of those, all of the weathering was done with this Tamiya XF, really just these 4 colors that I have here. It's thinned out with quite a bit of rubbing alcohol and just sprayed on layer by layer at a time. And what's really nice about it is that you can build up those layers really easily, honestly, because it goes on so thin that you don't have to worry about like, whoops, I just put too much on. Like, you have to really try to put too much on. So I've been really enjoying using this Tamiya stuff, and like, honestly, you really can thin it down with a tremendous amount of alcohol, and it goes a really long way. I would probably not paint a model fully with Tamiya paint. I don't think that this is the type of paint that you want to do a full model with. You don't want to paint like these little windows. You don't want to paint, your Walters buildings, or, a locomotive or freight cars or anything like that, top to bottom. I don't think. That's my experience so far, is that it doesn't seem like the type of paint that you're going to want to do that with. I would stick with the rail center paint for that. And these Tamiya XF colors are just really good for weathering. And again, because they're alcohol based, you have to just be careful that you don't spray it onto a surface that you already painted with either the Vallejo Air or the rail center paint, because it will just pull that paint back up. So that's something worth keeping in mind. I also use the Tamiya TS13 and TS80. This is a flat clear and a gloss clear coat. So the gloss clear coat is very good for painting your model with before you put any decals on there. And that is something that you want to do to give a smooth surface for the decal to adhere to and prevent any silvering. And then, of course, the flat clear is perfect for a dull coat and putting as your final coating on top of your locomotives or any of your models to just bring that shine, that sheen down and make it look a little bit more natural. One of the other things that I also really like to use is these Tamiya panel liners. I also just started using these recently. I've got black and I've got brown. And the thing that I found with these that's really great is if you apply them to a model that you've already weathered, like something like this, like after you get a coating of some paint on there, it leaves a really nice, like oily sort of residue to it. The way that this stuff is supposed to work, it's supposed to go into all of the panels. It's a panel liner, right? So it's a very thin paint with a very small brush. And what you do is you apply it to your models, and it just gets sucked right into the cracks and the creases. And it just gives you a really nice shadow or like oily look. It depends on how you use it, but this stuff has been really awesome to use so far. You have to make sure you shake it really good. Oh, I also forgot to mention with the rail center paints, the other thing that is really great about them is that they do come in an assortment of colors that are pre-mixed to match certain freight cars or certain prototypes. So I think there's like a CSX blue, a CSX gold, reefer orange. You know, there's a lot of different colors that are pre-mixed and just ready to apply. I liked this medium blue and the red. That's what I used right here on number 25, and I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. Again, like really great paint, just very smooth and works fantastic. So that's all I've got to say about paints. I don't use oil paints yet. I'm kind of scared to use oil paints, and I'm pretty confident with using the acrylics for the most part. All the paints that I just showed off here are all acrylics, and acrylics are really nice because they wash up with water and soap. You can clean them up with alcohol if you needed to. They're just very forgiving, and they're very useful to use, and they're good for beginners. And actually really, I guess they're just good for everybody. I wouldn't say that they're just good for beginners. So I like using acrylics. I have no desire to really work with oils. Maybe I'll try it at some point, but this is just sort of a basic overview for some of the acrylic paints that I like to use for painting my models and doing weathering and stuff like that. If you guys have any questions about any of the paints or my techniques or anything like that, if you have any questions for me, just leave a comment down below and I'll try to answer them. So I hope you guys found this video useful, and I hope you enjoyed it. See you guys in the next one.